So these are my League One predictions for this weekend. Let's get straight into it. Starting off then with Plymouth Dial versus Cardiff City. Plymouth got a 3-1 win against Leyton Orient, while Cardiff got a 4-1 win against AFC London. And my prediction for this game, I can only see a Cardiff City win here. The league leaders currently 4 points clear at the moment ahead of Yinton. But I do reckon that will start to extend in a minute. That will start to extend as the weeks go on. Because I do think Cardiff will win this league in my personal opinion. Plymouth Dial finally showing some consistency under Tom Kevery. And but for me, I just think this will be a step too far, as I'm under for the league leaders to get a 2-1 win away at Plymouth Dial. Rotherham United versus Doncaster Rovers. Doncaster will be favourites to win this game. Rotherham do look like one of the teams that are decent bound at the moment. Despite that 4-0 win away at Exeter City a couple of weeks ago. But I do think Rotherham will get something at home against Doncaster. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Wycombe Wanderers versus Stevenage. Definitely one. I think that's the standout game this weekend. Two teams who still got an outside chance of reaching the playoffs. This season, Michael Duff has done well since he came in at Wycombe. Stevenage starting to get back to form again in recent games as well. So can't really hold a game. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Wycombe and Stevenage. AFC Wimbledon versus Bradford City. Really interesting game this one. Wimbledon very good at home. That's why at the moment AFC Wimbledon are staying up at the moment because the home form has been quite good. Bradford been a bit hit and miss away from home. But Bradford away to the likes of Cardiff, away to Cardiff and Stockport, they've actually done well, Bradford, against them sort of teams away from home. But this is AFC London, isn't it? This is AFC London who are fighting for survival in their first season back in League One. And I'm going to offer a 2-1 win for Bradford. I think Bradford will just edge it, in my opinion, in that one. But it wouldn't shock me if it's a draw. Bolton versus Blackpool. Blackpool did get the win against Mansfield, but our Blackpool really going to back that up. Ian Everett going back to Bolton, and I think it'd be a nightmare for him, I really do, because Bolton be looking to bounce back as well. I'm going to offer a 3-0 win for Bolton against Blackpool. Huddersfield versus Barnsley. I lost a derby, that one. I'm going for Huddersfield. They're back to winning ways with a 2-1 win here. Luton versus Burton Albion. Burton Albion again are just one of the teams for me that look where they're bound for me. Luton very good at home under Jack Wilshere. And I can only see a comfortable Luton win here. Done for a 4-0 win for Luton against Burton Albion, as Luton look to try and get into them playoff places. Mansfield versus Yinton. I think a bit of a hangover from the FA Cup win over Burnley happened for Mansfield away at Blackpool, and it's an interesting game, this one against Yinton, because Mansfield will be expected to bounce back after that shocker defeat away at Blackpool, which people probably would have expected Mansfield to win as well. And I see a draw happening. I do see a draw between Mansfield and Yinton. I'm under for a 1-1 draw. That's why I said earlier I can see the gap now extending between Cardiff and Yinton. Northampton versus Leyton Orient. I think both teams will cancel each other out here in which is a bid 6-pointer or battle for survival. Done for a 0-0 draw. Peterborough versus Exeter City. I'm under for a 1-1 draw in that one. Between them two teams. Obviously Exeter have now lost Derek Caldwell to Wigan, which is a massive blow for Exeter, But what a job he's done at Exeter, Darren Caldwell. The timing is a bit disrespectful though, in my personal opinion. I'm very sure. I understand why Darren Caldwell is there a dud send off. I understand that, but if you're leaving Exeter during the season, where Exeter are not safe yet, let's be real, they're not safe, and Exeter end up going down and Wigan end up staying up, then all of a sudden that would salt in the wounds, doesn't it? In my opinion, so. But obviously, Wigan would have paid a dud fee to get him out of Exeter, and I think Exeter will be okay. I think they'll be okay, Exeter, though, because they will obviously replace the manager well, in my personal opinion. And they still got the squad. They still got the squad to stay up quite easily as well. And there's way worse teams than Exeter as well. So I think Exeter will be fine, but I do think it is a bit of a pure to use Darren Caldwell at this time of the season. And but for me, I think they'll continue Exeter, and I think they'll get a good point away at Peterborough. I think they'll draw 1-1. Port Vale versus Reading. Obviously, Reading got a good win over Bolton. Reading are now in that playoff mix as well under Ian Fitzson. Who said Ian Fitzson would be a good appointment for Reading? Did call it, didn't I? Did call it. I know my team Carlisle beat them in the FA Cup, but that's because he took his best players off at the end of the day. And but yeah, Reading should win this game. Port Vale are already looked doomed, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Reading. And Stockport versus Wigan, obviously, I think that's going to be Darren Caldwell's first game as Wigan manager. Stockport lost 1-0 with Bradford. How ironic, Safovitz, the former Stockport player, to start on goal of the game. Stockport, for me, again, Stockport just been hit and miss. They're now out the automatic promotion race now, Stockport. They're now out that race now. I actually think now it's between, I actually think the top two's already sorted. Cardiff and Yinton. I think them two will be going up to the Championship. It's all, for Stockport now, it's all about trying to get momentum to take into the playoffs. But for this game, I think both teams will cancel each other out, and I think it'll be a 0-0 draw to start off Darren Caldwell's tenure at Wigan.